do. Hello, lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter. Hopefully you can recognise us this week, since I've had a bit of a shave, and I feel like I am now 12 years old again. And I know that when I have a shave, I look significantly younger. But yes, indeed, I am still the same person that I was last week. So, welcome to the Low Energy Livestream, part 15, number 15, episode 15, whatever you would like to call it. This is Wednesday the 2nd, no, it's Wednesday the 20th of the 2nd, 2019. Welcome. Where do we start this week? So, well, again, hello everyone, hello. I think everything's sorted. Where's the ginger fuzz gone? It suited us. Yes, I know. I thought, I'll have a bit of a trim. I'll make myself look a little bit more respectable, a little bit more tidy, and I cut far too much off. And now I look like a child again. Great. Hope it's back for Sunday. Not quite. I don't think it'll be back, but I'm working on it. Now, as we start every week, I am, of course, drinking one of my favourite Irish beverages again today. I think that's been a bit of a running theme for the past few weeks, but yes, of course, it is because we are a family-friendly show. It is indeed just Irish cola. We shall leave it at that. We need to change your tag from Dexter to Babyface. It's only when I shave. Thankfully, I don't have a front of office job anymore, so I don't need to shave all the time. So you don't have to see my baby face all the time. Yes, it is quite a stout cola, indeed. Right. Yes, Colin, you are born ready to be unprepared. Me too, my friend. Right, what have we got? Right. I'm caught up with the comments there, the initial comments. So we shall jump straight in with the games that I have information for this weekend. And I've got more information for some than others. Right, first two that I'm going to get at. There is a walk-on at YPC, which is on Sunday. Now, I don't have any information for the upcoming walk-on, but I'm going to assume, and that may make an arse of you and me, that it's just going to be the same as it was at the last walk-on. Fortunately, most sites don't generally change that much between walk-ons, so providing that it is the same as the January walk-on, there will be both a regular walk-on or 1989 club. For the regular walk-on, it's £20 per person, with bring your own paint or paint on the day. There is a 12 balls per second maximum, and 280 feet per second velocity cap. The 1989 club is £10 per person. It's also bring your own paint or paint on the day, which can be sold in 500 round bags. Which the 1989 club incorporates pistols, pump, mag fed, or small hoppers or tack caps. And that'll be ran on this Sunday. Right, the next one that I'll have, unfortunately, again, I don't have any information on it, is the UK Woodland Masters Round 1, being held at Hollenbush Paintball, which is located roughly in West Sussex. Again, this is this coming Sunday. As I said, unfortunately, I don't really have any more information for it than that. If I do get any more information, I will, of course, share it on my Facebook page. So if you want to try and catch anything more, feel free to drop on there, and hopefully we can point you in the right direction. Right, next up, there is a walk-on at NPF Bassett's Pole, again, this coming Sunday, which is £45 per person, including a box of paint. Extra paint is £30 per box. There is a burger lunch available for about £3.50. And there is also an on-site shop and kit techs. So if you have any problems with your equipment on the day, you can drop in with the kit tech, and they'll try and get you back on the field as soon as they can. There is also the Student Cup being held at CBBS Stafford, which is a 2-day event, which is the 23rd and 24th, so that's obviously this Saturday and Sunday. The Saturday is training and a training clinic. So that is just £10. So if you want to go down and just do some training, you can drop in on the Saturday and get involved with it. It's a cheap day. The Sunday, that is £10 per person. The Sunday, now, this is for teams. So Sunday, it is £175 for a full team. Not individually, full team. Site is fully catered, which of course, for those of us that love our food, that is fantastic. There is a Shattered Lens, Lucia Wood, and the PB Mag are all attending for photography. For all your photography needs, they will be available. And I've got more information on the PB Mag side of things to come once I get into the talking points of today. Right, what else? There is also the Super 5 shop, so if you want any new gear when you're down there, yes, Colin, yes, food, always desirable, always, any site that has food on, that piques my interest immediately. So yes, Super 5's shop is available, so if you want to get any new equipment, there is that option there. This site is vendor paint only, and there is Vulcan, GI, and Tomahawk available. Unfortunately, nothing else. So if you do happen to have a sponsorship deal, which I know a lot of places in the UK don't have, but there is a sponsorship deal available. I'm sorry, what am I saying? Sponsorship deal available? No, there's not. I'm talking a lot of shit. If you have a sponsorship deal for a provider that is different to those, you're unfortunately out of luck. You may be able to arrange something with your sponsor, they'll allow you something else, but I don't think that's going to affect the majority of people. But yes, it is Vulcan, GI, and Tomahawk paint available on the day. And finally, free Dominoes. Is that on this week? I don't know, Colin. I don't know. I don't think it is this week. Free Dominoes, Nicky. I think if anyone, I think you may be the only one that gets free Dominoes this week, unless Colin's buying. Because I know, Nick, you've been playing Paintball Park Kidderminster, which I think is the site where they get the free Dominoes in, isn't it? I think. I might be totally wrong on that. I might be mixing up two sites. In fact, give us one moment. If we just flick back to last week. Yes, Paintball Park Kidderminster has free Dominoes. Right. I've got to ask, how big was the free Dominoes? Or was it just tuck in and help yourself? Was it just like a couple of slices, or was it a full free pizza? It makes a difference. Right. So, now, the game that I'm attending this weekend is Combat Zone Lincoln. It's a walk-on personal size pizza. My personal size may be slightly different to your personal size pizza. I like a good pizza. Yes, Colin, that's a light snack. A CD, indeed, Ben, a CD. Right. So, the game that I'm attending this weekend is the walk-on at Combat Zone Lincoln. Again, that's this coming Sunday. It's £20 green free. I think I'm slurring my words. I haven't even finished my first can of Coke yet. £20 green fee with bring your own paint. It's £45, including you can get another option of £45, including a box of standard paint. £50, including a box of Tony grade paint. And that's the guarantee options. I said that final one there as if there was going to be something else, and there isn't. So there is another option though, really. Paint can be ordered in if you have a special request, but you need to give them notice in advance, which is understandable. You can't just expect to rock up on the day, ask for a certain kind of paint, and for them to have it. It's unlikely they'll be able to do that unless they happen to stock the paint that you'd like, which shouldn't be an issue if that's the case. It's again 285 feet per second cap, 10.5 balls per second cap, and lunch is included free of charge. So for all of you that like a good feeding, fantastic. And yes, as I said, that will be the game that I will be attending this week. So if you'd like to come down and take part in being somebody else to shoot me, why not? There is also free tea and coffee, as Colin points out there. I'll probably make good use of that. All the sitting around in the safe zone that I do, I'll probably make good use of the free tea and coffee. Right. So, cake. I don't think that's cake. I think I've just drawn on my chin. I poked myself at the wrong end of the pen. Right. So, cake. Colin, maybe not. I don't know. Colin will have to be the one to tell her there. Friendly staff run site. Friendly staff, family run site. Yeah. Well, that's it. It seems like down on that site, everyone seems to know each other. From the people posting on the Facebook pages to even the video of where Chris was testing out the fake dye 4 mask. It does seem like it's a very friendly site, and I'm looking forward to meeting the guys down there. Right. So, getting on to the next thing. I think we'll start off with this week's big game shout-out. And this week, I'm giving a shout-out to North vs South, which is being held on the 3rd to the 5th of May. Yes, and I too would love a Domino's. North vs South is being held at Stoke-on-Trent, and it is the Swinnerton MOD training camp. Now, if I just move around here and try and find which page I had this on. Yeah, we'll go. Right. For those that are interested, Europe's biggest paintball and combat games festival. Now in its 27th year, North vs South Big Game, the UK's biggest annual single-day game, boasting potentially 1,400 players with a massive playing area. And North vs South is, if you've never been, North vs South is a huge playing area. I mean, There's points where if you get separated from where the main games are, you can potentially wander for a good period of time without even coming across anyone. So it's best for try and orchestrate what you're going to be doing with your event generals, or even just with teams, for try and decide where you're going to target, try and aim for certain objectives and things like that. There's a huge site to play on, and it's a great one, especially considering over the past couple of years. 400 acres for North versus South. Yes, it is huge. The thing is with that, there's been points where I've been playing that and I've been there with my team, and we've kind of getting separated from the main groups. We've wandered off away from the main groups of players, and you end up coming across small teams of enemy players, and you have these amazing little firefights that are completely separate to the entire main event. It's almost like you're having your own mini games, but it's great fun. You just have some great clashes, and they have over the past couple of years introduced vehicles as well. So tanks, but they're great fun. It was also North versus South that a couple of years ago, because the site is so huge, they introduced the Chrono Police, which I do have a video on my YouTube channel, where they pretty much just had some guys driving around that could pull over and just stop and check you to make sure that your gun was firing the way that it should be, which is a nice little touch. Right, so the weekend includes Evasion Nighttime Challenge, which I'm not actually totally sure what the Evasion Challenge is. I've never taken part in that one yet, and I'm not even sure if that's a new thing this year. Somebody in the chat may be able to tell me. If somebody knows what the Evasion Challenge is, please feel free to let me know. There is the UK versus scenario game, which is, as the title indicates, the UK versus anyone else. So that's normally held on the Saturday, and it's a good little game. It's a timed checkpoint run in the dark. Ooh. And I'm assuming, since it's evasion, you've got to avoid being captured. So you'll not want to be putting torches on it. See, once you start doing games in the dark, I stop having interest. I had a very bad experience at Sennybridge a couple of years ago, the Tipman Challenge game, and since that point I have just avoided night games. Right. There is the North versus South Big Game, which is normally held on the Sunday, and I'm assuming that's the case this year, although I know a couple of games have swapped things around. Which is, of course, where everyone goes out and you just want to try and take on each other. They have those big fights. Patrols run down the main roads and tanks with. I've lost your comment there. That is. I'll just click save there, and I can close that page. Patrols run down the main roads and tanks with spot lamps. Oh, so it's like, so really, it's not evasion. It's avoiding the poachers. Right. So back to the north versus south thing. There is camping available on for the site, and because it is a huge site, I'm pretty sure, again, I think it might have been on one of my old YouTube channels. I've got a video of us walking through the campsite to get to the game zone, and it's just a sea of tents. There is an extraordinary amount of players that turn up and attend this event. It is huge. In fact, I've also got it's in my video as well on one of them, walking through the trade area, and the trade area in itself is a massive area. So anyway, there is music and entertainment, which is normally held on the Saturday night. A huge trade expo, see all the kit in one place, which is fantastic. CQB experience, which I've never taken part in before either, but I might this year. There is some MagFed only games. There is also some mechanical only games. There's outdoor laser combat. So if you don't want to get dirty, you want to have just a bit of a run round. Maybe it's on a Saturday or something. You might maybe just want to have a bit run around and have a bit shoot with people, but you also want to go out and have a meal, have a few beers on the night time. So you don't want to get all stinking, you don't want to get covered in muck or anything. Maybe it's the outdoor laser combats. It'd be a good one for you on the Saturday. There is also the Warped Mega Arena on site. Now, if you've never seen the Mega Arena before, it's a big netted. Think of it as like a bouncy castle, but we don't have the bouncy floor. You just have the netted arena, where you can go out and you can play a little bit of Tony Ball. It's around about the right sort of size field for like a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-3. Anything bigger than that, it's generally probably wouldn't be ideal, but could be played. In fact, I think it's the same size arena that they use for some of the Nerf tournaments in America, which I don't understand. And so finally, 3 days of paintball games, events, activities, camp, meet, shop, party, and play. Open to all paintball enthusiasts from the UK and worldwide. And yes, there is players that come from far and wide. In fact, I believe the Killer Clowns are making an appearance at this event. So if you have an immense dislike for clowns, or maybe you happen to love clowns, you can go and take part, and you can either shoot or fight alongside. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of clowns. Friday is the mechanical only day, so pop along and come say hi. Games are running from 9 o'clock until 6 o'clock. Some from Northern Alliance are coming along too. Champions. I mean, those guys are like, where are Northern Alliance actually based in one location? Because it seems like Northern Alliance just come from all over the place. It seems like they have players in multiple countries, which is always a nice thing. It's great to see these players coming from all over the world. Scandinavians. From that general location, are they? Northern invaders. CP Portugal are also in attendance. Nice. You see, this is what I mean. Players coming from all over the world to come in. Well, maybe it's not all over the world, but from locations all over the world to come and play in the UK. That's brilliant. I know there's a few players from the UK go over and play games in France and the odd game in Germany and places like that. But see players coming from everywhere to come here, that makes my heart swell with pride. That shows how good the UK paintball scene is. Right, so I think that's enough coverage of North versus South there. So if you are interested in attending, I do have a link in my description down below. Pretty much everything I talk about today, I try and include links in the description down below. If I have missed anything, I try and include it on my Facebook page. So if you've got Facebook, feel free to go over, check out my Facebook page. You don't even have to like it, but that's where I share a lot of this stuff so that I can then find it myself later on as well. Right, so I'll have a quick go over the comments and then we'll get on to the next topic. So, right, what we got? Oh, and I also, just before I went live, I noticed that Greg Hastings was also live streaming. So I feel a bit bad that I'm kind of stream sniping him. However, his are generally just short little streams on Facebook. So because I feel bad about it, I feel like I should point out the fact that Greg was live streaming. So once you're done here, or even if you just want, I'm going to be here for about the next hour or 2 hours or so. Go over, drop onto Greg Hastings' Facebook. Go say hi. Go have a look at these. I think he's doing some stuff with time trials. Go say hello, and enjoy his stuff. The bloke is doing really good work, and he's trying to develop and push paintball on so that we can become a genuine, proper sport that people actually recognise as a proper sport. And the bloke is doing some very good work. Right, so anyhow, I'll drop back onto the comments here. Right. Mainly Holland and Sweden. Actually, so Northern Alliance, mostly Holland and Sweden. Fingers crossed. Yeah, the Paintball magazine are going to Croatia this year. See, I would have loved to have gone to Croatia and played alongside Borg. And like the bloke was great, and it looked like some of the sites in Croatia were just fantastic. But I'm assuming if you're talking about Croatia, it's a case of going back to those islands where the sub bases are and stuff, which looked amazing. However, I don't know if I can handle the heat. It's not in my complexion to be able to handle heat very well. Although, it's not in my complexion to be able to handle the sun very well. Heat, I was born for heat. Psycho Clown Posse are attending. That's the guys that I was on about. And some people love clowns, some people hate clowns. So it gives both sides of that crew, both sides of those people, an opportunity to do what they want. They can either go and take part and fight alongside some clowns, or they can run and hide. Why do I have shelves in front of the windows at that rough around my way column? I'm not sure if you were in my stream last week. In fact, you were. You know I was decorating last week. We still haven't finished tidying up yet. So the room is a lot emptier than it was last week, but we still have some furniture in places where I need to move things around. But as far as it being rough around my way, well, I think the official crime statistics came out a little while ago, and it's not the best place to live, but it's also not the worst. So make of that what you will. Spartans from the USA are attending too. So that's another Yank team that's coming over, which is absolutely fantastic. Like I said, teams coming from all over the world to come in Afghanistan, yeah. Yeah, Ben. It's amazing that, like, and obviously I know that you've lived around here, but it's amazing that they can mention where I live to people that live hundreds of miles away, and they'll go, oh yeah, it's rough around there, isn't it? It's like, it's a common thing to go out and for people to get stabbed around my way when they go out for a few drinks. I don't go out and drink. I like my body without extra holes put in it. Some of Bangor University Paintball Society are attending their first North versus South this year. Fantastic. So again, this seems like there is going to be a fantastic turnout for this event, which I don't know what more I can say other than it's just great to see teams coming from all over the world to come and attend this. You mean my wife was decorating? Well, she was decorating mostly while I was streaming on last Wednesday, but then I also spent, when I finished the stream, I went and also helped do decorating until around about, I think it was about nearly 12 o'clock. I was then also decorating on the Thursday, and I was assembling my new bed on the Friday. So I had a fantastic week. My Xbox is feeling neglected. Yeah, and given his evils, yes. Yeah. I think I was on the verge of having things thrown at us. If I hadn't gone and helped her for a little bit, which obviously was at the detriment of my live stream, so I feel I must apologise for that. If it hadn't been for that, I think she may have started throwing things at us. So, right, the next one. Let's see where this goes. I know some people have strong feelings about this guy, and I know some people are fine with him. Right, I want to give a video shout out. I think I'm going to start, and I want to start and do this regular. So I want to give video shout outs to any YouTubers that are producing content at the minute. I don't know if I've done this before or not, but I want to make this a segment of the show. So the first shout out that I can remember doing. The Hidden Hedgehog has just uploaded a new YouTube video. I think it was just earlier on today, which, now that I'm mentioning it, I'm going to actually have a check. 19 hours ago, the Hidden Hedgehog uploaded... yes, the Hungry Hippo Albert. The Hidden Hedgehog uploaded a new video earlier on. Of course, it is in his style. Him playing as a sniper. And... I'll just click back across here. So 19 hours ago, the Hidden Hedgehog uploaded a new YouTube video to his YouTube channel. Yes, the Hidden Hedgehog is back at making YouTube videos again, which is fantastic. The bloke does great things in a way for it. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's fair enough to say. He does great things because at the moment anyone looks at Paintball Sniper, he's pretty much the first thing that people see, and he makes great content. The guy really does produce fantastic content for paintball, and it's worth checking out. He is a very, very good paintball sniper. You know, what he does, you know, he's very skilled in what he does. He knows that there's certain tricks that a lot of people don't, where hanging back from windows and things like that, so you don't give away yourself, or you don't give your silhouette away or anything like that. You don't make black spots in windows and things. The bloke is very, very good at what he does. So if you're interested in checking out his video, there is a link in the description down below. Hey, Albert? Are you talking to each other in my chat again? But yeah, go check the guy's video out. He makes fantastic content, and I'm hoping to make this a regular thing of just... I mean, the bloke doesn't need a shout out from me. I mean, I don't get anywhere near the viewers that he does, but I do. I want to try and make this a regular thing where I give people a shout out, because the guy puts it. You can see he clearly puts effort into making his videos. Go check it out. Go have a look, and hopefully it's something that you might enjoy. And if you do enjoy it, share it around and let other people see what they can do and see that paintball isn't just all about stag do's. Right. Yeah, start the stream. The chat is where the real men hang out. Indeed. Yeah, it is, Colin. That's it. You don't even have to listen to me. Just turn the microphone off and just don't bother listening to us. I'm being too nice. Well, what can I say? I've spent a long time dwelling in my grotty little bedsit. That was a throwback, wasn't it? I've spent too long dwelling in my grotty little bedsit, just being a little hate-mongering goober. So I'm trying to change my terrible ways now, and I want to bring some positivity into the game. I want to make people smile. I want to make people happy. And the more that I can do that, oh my God. Were you listening to me? Shit, yes. Presents. Ben. Colin. Oh well. Thank you, Colin. That was unexpected. Yes. And you got one as well. What? Oh well. Well, thank you very much. So would you all get dominoes off your clicks? I don't know. I really don't know what to say. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you indeed. I haven't even had a look what I've got. Yes, little garlic bread. But the only problem is, I don't have a huge desk, so now... Hello, Nightmare. Hello. And, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new record. We now have 14 viewers in the chat, which is 15 viewers in the chat. Thank you very much, guys. Well, thank you both. Thank you, Nick, and thank you, Colin. This is amazing. Thank you very much, guys. Yes, is this the personal portion size? But yeah, we only came for the Dominoes. Well, guys, if you were here, I would be happy to share. Yeah, I genuinely, I'm gobsmacked. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna eat some of this. But oh, the problem is, I hate eating when I'm on my live stream. I feel really guilty about it because I feel like I'm paying more attention to the food than I am to you guys, which isn't the point of the live stream. I'll put that little one there. What else we got? Don't expect this every week. Oh, that is lovely. Burger pizza. Ben won't have the kitchen nightmares when I do the cooking. I had to kind of say that because she might have overheard us. Right. But you're not getting any. You can go away. Go on, chew. Right. We're gonna. Yes, right. I can put this here. There we go. I'll slide on the keyboard tray. Right. You have a name for your other channel, and it's called Costello. Nightmare, I did actually see that you'd shared a video on your other channel, and keep up the good work, man. Right. Nick, now I won't expect this every week, but thank you very much, guys. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, Colin, you would, you really would. The fact that you ordered Dominoes, this does cost an absolute fortune. Hey, guys, it is really, really appreciated. Yeah, and the wife says thank you too. I've just getting a message through Facebook saying that to tell you that she says thank you as well. So, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much for both me and the wife. From both me and the wife. Right. Right. No worries, Martello. Good luck with the podcast, and that's one I've got to bring up later on as well. So, yes, I'm officially sponsored. Damn it! my career is now ruined. I've taken bribery here. I've committed to it. I've started eating the pizza. I am now committed to bribery. Damn! My weakness has been found. It is food. Yes, Albert, it is. It's to be fair, it's not even pizza that shuts us up. It's just food in general. Nightmare, you don't have to delete your comments. You can leave your comments up. It's all right. No one here is going to judge you. They're just judging me. T-shirt. To be fair, Nikki, I sent that one to Ian to be on the BBC. Chan found, yeah, like it was lost. That just, Chan, do you have to judge us? That's what everyone else is here is doing as well. Otherwise, I'd have sent it to Dex. Yeah. Right. Anyway, let's try and get back onto this. Yeah. Let's try and get back on topic a little bit here. Instead of me eating, we'll talk about paintball. That's what we all came here for. Right. So, and you know the fact, talking of Nikki T, Nicky T is, I've shared some out. It's due to be shared out at any minute now. Nicky T is looking for testers to test the EMEC. Right, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, yeah. I've got a link to his Patreon page here, which I have included in the comments section down below, again, as always. He is looking for people that can test the EMEC and PAL loader system. Direct from Nicky T's Patreon page. I'm on the lookout for a team of 10 testers who would be willing to accommodate my Planet Eclipse EMEC and PAL loader for a month at a time. Using them both as much as possible during that time, film and submit a video review of them both, and then lovingly package them up before sending them on to the next tester. For those of you that were here last week, you may remember we did kind of, and Nick dropped he dropped the hints, or well, he finally dropped the information for this. So I don't know if it was shared anywhere else, but I feel like we were kind of privileged in that. So the reviews will be collated into an EMEC review, which will be released in December, and one of the test team will win the EMEC marker and the PAL loader. Which, if you've seen the EMEC and the PAL loader, I saw a video of it the other day, and it just looks. I mean, it's from Eclipse, so it's going to work, but it looks brilliant. And they actually had a clear. They had a clear PAL loader, so you can actually see the mechanisms working inside, and it does look fantastic. The fact that if that is cheap, like what I'm assuming it's supposed to be, it could kind of change the game for the rental market. It could change the game for the rental market. It change the game for budget ballers, to buy a hopper that isn't going to cost an absolute fortune, and to buy a marker that isn't going to cost an absolute fortune. That's going to be able to keep up with a lot of the stuff that's currently on the market that does cost a fortune. That is, and the fact that both of those bits of gear won't need batteries or anything, so you're not going to have to worry about replacing stuff. And I am also kind of wondering if anyone who's going to be the first person that will come up with a way of transferring or adapting markers to run a PAL similar system, and adapt the mechanism from a PAL loader into a micro hopper. So, for example, what I'm talking about is the idea of running a pump with a PAL, like a Pico-sized PAL loader. I think that could be really interesting. But anyway, getting back to this. The requirements to be part of the team must be a current Patreon. So, for the sake of $4.99 a month, you have the chance of being involved with this, and also at the end, potentially getting your hands on a EMEC and a PAL loader. What can go wrong with that? You must be playing during the chosen month, obviously, because the whole point is that you're going to actually get out and use it and play with it and stuff. So obviously you need to be able to go out and play. Must be capable of recording and submitting a 2 to 3 minute video review. If it sounds like you could be up to the task, contact Nick directly at nicktruder@hotmail.com, providing the following information: your full name and address, the type of paintball you play, preferred month to be chosen on, t-shirt size, as you just never know what may come your way. So, if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, like I said, there is links in the description down below. Please go have a check. Even if you just go have a look and it isn't something that you're interested in, go check it out, because Nick is another guy that is trying to do something that is going to benefit all in paintball. You know, he's working with I can't remember what the gent's name is, but he's working with a sports coach who specialises in sort of I don't know how to put it, sort of like shooting sports. So, you know, he's doing that sort of stuff. He's also working, obviously, with doing stuff on his Patreon, on his Truterology Patreon, where he's doing coaching things, and, you know, he's running training sessions and stuff. And the guy has long history in paintball and knows what he's talking about. You can even find some of his videos for free on his YouTube channel. So please, if you're interested, go check him out. He is doing some great work. Right, I'm going to have to flick through a couple of pages here, because I have about 3 or 4 Facebook tabs open at the minute that are all flicking up saying that I have messages. What, Dave? What do you mean? Who ate all the pies? For those that are interested, the regular retail price of the EMEC is £199. Obviously, this is UK pricing. And the PAL Hopper is £16. That is ridiculous. I think I'm pretty sure the Proto Primo used to be about, I think it was something like about a tenner. So for an extra £6, you have a mechanical loading system that is going to almost ensure that you have a regular, consistent feed of paint, and you're never going to have to buy batteries for it. That is ridiculous. I've mentioned that the wife said thank you. Again, thank you very much, guys. But that's really surprised me that the hopper is only going to be £16. You see, this is why I back Planet Eclipse. They just do things right. They do. Planet Eclipse just gets things right. Right. Ow. Right then. Oh, and still staying on the topic of Nicky T. Oh, and thank you very much, Dave. The guy's name is Ed Lines, and he is an optometrist. So, thank you very much for that. And I did quite like Nick's. He posted a video to his Facebook the other day where he was trying this. It's like I think it's a reactions test. So there's a whole load of dots up on the board, and every time they change, I think it's like they're all black or something, and I can't remember the exact colours, or they're circles. And every time that one changes colour, he's got to tap it. And it's like the reactions tests I just find really interesting. But anyway, yes, as I was saying, staying on the topic of Nicky T, if you're interested and you want to support him, but maybe you can't afford to do the $4.99 every month for support him on Patreon, you can also support him by buying some of his new merchandise. He is providing T-shirts now, which I think at the minute it's, and if Nick's still in the chat, hopefully he can point us in the right direction here. It's like a light blue. I think that's a black. I'll drop over onto Facebook here. Right. And because of course I've lost the page that I had it on. Right, where are we? Aha! Right. Nope. That's not it. Nope. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. Yeah, on Nicky T's Twitterology Facebook page. I'm trying to find your post about your merchandise, but you post loads. I can't find the one I want. Right. I know that. Yeah, it was. It was the eye-hand coordination test. I'm just looking through now. Right. Ah, here we go. Right. Right, we've got Nicky T has a new range of merchandise. And you've got NKYT, block capitals, in blue, black, and Fields of Dreams, white. All really nice T-shirts. All ways of, I'm really stumbling over my words now. Great ways to show support. You know, you can turn up to an event or something, repping your Nicky T T-shirt, and people will know that you've been backing a guy who was really trying to do something good for paintball. Now, of course, what everyone wants to know is pricing. If you're in the UK, T-shirts are £15 each delivered. A T-shirt bundle, which is one of each design, so 3 T-shirts in total, will be a £40 delivered, or there is also the option of a hoodie for £25 delivered. If you're located in the rest of them in the USA, T-shirts are $19.99 each delivered, so that is dollars. The T-shirt bundle is $55 delivered, and a hoodie is $40 delivered. For the rest of the world, if you drop them a message, I'm sure you can sort you out with something. Right. So I feel like I feel like we've quite sufficiently covered that section there. So I'll change that page back. Right then. So Albert, you mentioned, yeah, I saw that you posted something. Oh, he has the dog back. He thinks he's going to get pizza. You're not. It's my pizza. You mentioned about the Eclipse Magfed on Facebook earlier on. And about, do I think it's ugly? I can't decide. I'm stuck somewhere between, it is kind of ugly, but it's also kind of space agey and sci-fi, and it just kind of looks cool. It's definitely something that I could see myself playing, having a go with, but I kind of can't. It doesn't look like a normal Magfed marker, which is part of the reason why I think it looks different. And the whole stock being the tank being included in the stock, but not in the normal way. The fact that the tank screws in underneath and then is incorporated into the stock. It's nice. If anybody's interested, I have included again a link in the description down below, which takes you over to Montgomery Sporting Goods and Paintball, where they've posted a few pictures of the MG100, which I'm assuming have been taken at Paintball Extravaganza. I think it's Paintball Extravaganza, which is obviously going on at the moment. Which I'm probably, there's probably other posts and streams and stuff going on, which are probably way more exciting from Paintball Extravaganza at the moment. But the MG100. I could definitely see me having one. If I was in the market for another marker, I would seriously consider it. Because as I was saying before, with Eclipse stuff, it's going to work. It looks really good, and I like the way that it's kind of bulky, but I know it isn't going to be heavy. It looks like it's going to be more bulky and unwieldy than it should be, but really, the size of it and the way it's all built up and everything, it doesn't look like it's that much different to any other normal sort of tournament gun. And even the location of the mag is no different really to what you would expect from if you had your hands around a normal regulator. It does all really look like you can see it's been built for function over form. But at the same time, I think because it doesn't look realistic, it might struggle in some regards. But I think once people start to see the functionality of it, I think this could really pick up. And I'm really conflicted on it. I kind of like the fact that it isn't all just riddled with Picatinny reels. Yes, it has got reels on there, so you can mount things that you can mount all the extras and stuff, but it isn't absolutely like just cluttered. It doesn't seem like it's gone over the top. Right. I'll drop in because I can see that there's a few people asking questions and posting comments there. So Nick, all of your Nicky T Facebook page, all on your Nicky T Facebook page at Truterology. Ben, to be fair, Netflix has cancelled the Punisher. Yes, I've seen that. For some reason, Netflix seems to be cancelling all of the Marvel TV shows at the minute. I don't know why. It seemed like all of the Marvel TV shows were doing really well. Like The Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. The only thing I kind of wonder is maybe they're pushing towards doing the Defenders and just the Defenders TV show. Because obviously I started that, but I don't know if that's been cancelled as well yet or not. Hopefully it hasn't, because I kind of like watching those TV shows. I must admit I wasn't a huge fan of Jessica Jones, but we're getting away from paintball here. Right. It's due to return on the new Disney Channel. Ah, right. See, once Disney starts getting involved in stuff, I feel like things have gone downhill. I'm Disney. Disney just pushes lots of stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Disney. I feel like Disney have kind of become, for a long time, have become sort of like a big name faceless entity which doesn't care anything about the products anymore. They just care about making a profit. And that's exactly it. That's exactly it, Dave. Disney owns Marvel. That's the issue. And then you got people like Brie. They're hiring people like Brie Larson, which I know it wasn't Disney that is the entity that hired Brie Larson, but you've got Brie Larson giving it stuff like, I don't want white men doing reviews for my film or coming to the press coverage and stuff. And like, what? Say that about any other group, and there would have been hell on. But yeah, that's social justice for you. Anyway, I'm trying to stay away from political stuff. Everything's political. They make the personal political. Right. What else we got? I got a bit of garlic bread stuck in my throat. They said they did it that way. I'm not sure what that was in regards to, Ben. Sorry. I get distracted and I lose track of what the comments are going on about. If I had an EMAC, I would stick an ASA on and then grip the 4500 PSI tank. On EMAG, right. If you had an EMAG, I would stick an ASA on the grip, then 4000 PSI tank. What do you mean an ASA on the grip? Do you mean on the front? So you'd be holding the tank like a grenade launcher? Is that what you're talking about? Because I have seen people do that. In fact, it wasn't technically a paintball marker. It was actually a less than lethal weapon. But the FN... It's like the FN... No. I can't remember. It was some like less than lethal weapon that what the hell was he called? Mike from Tech PB did a video on years ago where they converted a less than lethal marker, which actually had the tank fixed. I think it was alongside the barrel to fire first strikes and stuff, and it actually worked, but it did take some modifications. You love Planet Eclipse, but sorry, that's but ugly. You see, that's the thing. The FN57, it might have been. I can't remember what exactly it was now. It was a long time ago. That's the thing, Albert. I know what you mean. It is ugly, but it's also very sort of sci-fi, and it's something different. Which I like things that are different. I like markers that people think look ugly and stuff. Because when people think, oh, it looks ugly, or when people think that, oh, it looks like a piece of crap, they underestimate it. And the FN303, that was it, Albert. Yes, it was the FN303. Yeah, it was. Apparently, they bought it at Walmart, but I think that was a joke. But it fired first strikes. It was actually designed to fire basically first strikes. Right. Can you put a box mag on it? As I understand it, it takes die mags, but won't take the die box mag. So at the minute, it's just like I think the biggest mags you can fit in would be the 20 round mags, which are 10 on either side. But I've every faith that people they'll work something out and they'll convert that. But on the other hand, it is also only mechanical. So you shouldn't. There's no like full auto. There's no 3 round burst. It's simply one pull, one shot, and that will be it. Right. Ben, speed QB. You need a 900 psi output reg. Tank pressure is irrelevant. Right. You're talking about proper auto mags. Yeah, and an original auto mag, you need a very high output reg. If you've got low output reg on, the auto mags just don't work correctly. It's one of the reasons why I think I've had problems with trying to get my mag to work. But I was thinking about running it off of off CO2, because I mean that was what it was ran on, would have been ran on originally. I think it could work, but I've got other markers that I take out, and I very rarely use semi-autos now, so it's not something that I'm particularly worried about. I'm to be honest, I'm kind of fine with just leaving my auto mag as a bit of a wall hanger. It looks too pretty to use. I'll just See, this is what I'm on about, guys. I feel kind of bad, the fact that I'm focusing on my pizza instead of talking to you lot. But it is really good. Right. So, well, that's it, Nick. You tried playing Magfed at the PPK walk-on. Was it last month? And from what I saw, you seem to enjoy it. And that's going off like what you post on Facebook and stuff. And you just fart. Hey, you know, dog farting on my live stream. But yeah, the Eclipse Magfed, it's Eclipse, so you know it's gonna work. So it'll be reliable. It's gonna be. I can't say anything more. I'm not even sure where I can go from that, rather than it. You know it's gonna work, and it'll be fun. Playing Magfed, playing Pump, playing with pistols, things like that. It's a different style of play, and I can imagine you'll have a lot of fun with it. It's even going back from a couple of months ago when there was like the first signs shown of the Eclipse Magfed marker. People are complaining that it looked ugly and stuff, and that they wouldn't be interested because it doesn't look realistic. But it'll work, and that to me, the fact that the gear works is more important than how it looks. So, but yeah, I would be up for shooting the Eclipse Magfed as well. But at the minute, I don't have any need for it. It takes the die mags, so it should take the die box mag. Well, that's it, Dave. I've seen that it does take the die mags, but as I said, I remember seeing a little while ago. I think it was when the marker was first being showcased. People saying that for some reason it doesn't take the. Yeah. For some reason, it doesn't. It probably would take the die box mag lock in, but it might be that the mags feed the wrong way around or something with this. So that might be why the box mag wouldn't work. I don't really know. But I mean, if somebody can get it to work, which I've got every faith somebody probably will be able to do, then I'm sure people will use it. Netflix have lost the rights to Air Marvel due to Disney. Right. Well, if they're going to carry it on, then I suppose that's not too bad. But it's a shame that Netflix have lost it, because Netflix have been doing well. So because Netflix are doing well with it, and Disney are probably seeing that they're doing well, they've probably decided that they'll take the acclaim, not renew the rights, and then take the shows for themselves and make money out of it themselves. However, knowing Disney, they'll probably screw it up. No, the box. Right, yes. No, the box mag works off Bluetooth, so without modification, it won't work. Right. Thanks very much for that, Ben. Have I watched the Umbrella Academy? No, I haven't. Not yet. But I've got a massive list of shows that I've got to catch up on, and at the minute, I'm just so busy with everything, this included, that I am falling behind really badly on TV shows. Right. It was designed to fire pepper balls. AGD moved into law enforcement. Right. So, the FN303... I knew it was designed to fire less than lethal, but I wasn't exactly... obviously, I wasn't exactly 100% on the facts, which is why I'm glad that I've got some of you guys here for to keep us right. Putting the ASA on the bottom of the grip, not where the reg would go for the G-Tech. Could work. So, it was the E-Tech, not the... or the E-Mech, not the E-Mag. Right. Yeah, and we've changed his food recently, Albert, and he's farting all the time at the minute, and yeah, stinking a lot of the time, aren't you? You can have some crust once I finish this. Right. So we've discussed that. We've discussed that, and we've discussed that, and we've discussed that. Ben, I am a little bit too. Right. So, unfortunately, I don't think Martello's currently with her. So, I'll have to hopefully get... I hope that I get all this right. But, for those that are attending CPPS this year, the Paintball Mag are offering a season pass. So, the way they currently work is, if you want photos taken of your games, they will take photos of your games. Now, for a pass for the photos per event, now I'm hoping that I get all this right, but please go contact the Paintball magazine and clarify this, just in case I get anything wrong. But normally, it is £55 per leg of the CPBS events to get access to all the photos that they would take. With the season pass, it is £45 a leg, so you're saving £10 per event. But the reason that I wanted to give this a shout out, because I love when companies give little extras away, or when you go to events and they give you patches or anything like that. The Paintball Mag, if you get a season pass for CPPS, they are giving out multi-passes, which, for those of you that have seen for those of you that have seen the Fifth Element film with Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich, multi-pass. They've ordered some in. Martello has ordered some of these multi-passes in, and they are going to mock them up so that you get your own little multi-pass for when you go and play. So it's something else that, you know, you can, once you've played the events, once you've used it, you can stick it into a bag, or you can stick it into a box or something, and in 40 years' time, when you're grey and old, or 50 years, or however long, and you're showing your grandkids that you, in one time, you were a superstar paintballer, you can pull things like that out and go, look, I got this from this event, I got this from that event and stuff, and it's something, because, you know, at the minute, a lot of people rely on things like Facebook, none of us really keep photos anymore and stuff. Everything goes on Facebook, or it stays on your phone and never goes anywhere else. So having these little mementos from games, it just adds something else, which absolutely I adore that with paintball. You know, like when you go to events and you get trophies, or you get badges, you get patches, you get stickers or anything else, I absolutely love that. I think that it is amazing. And when companies do stuff like that, I think it deserves a shout out, because it is such a nice little touch. I mean, in the early days of paintball, and I think it was more of a Yank thing, and I remember watching videos and seeing stuff from Rob Rubin, Tiger from Web Dog Radio originally, where he talked about, you know, you'd have guys guys attending games where they'd have jackets where they'd be covered in game patches. And I kind of, in a way, I miss that. I don't know if I would have a patch jacket myself, but I love the idea of doing stuff like that. I think it's just amazing. It's really nice for to be able to see, like, you know, like these, if I to be able to see guys that have attended all of these different games, and they've got the patches all over their jackets and stuff, it would be a really, really nice thing to see. Yeah, but so it's just another thing down the lines of that, which I think is really nice. I'm at Nightmare. I'm at the CBBS with the Rippers. Good lad. I'm assuming when you say that you're actually playing, and if you are, good luck, mate. I hope you do fantastic. Do you know what div you're playing? Do you know, are you playing Breakout? Are you going in for one of the higher divs or something like that? Yeah, Ben, like that. Ben's just sent us a photo there with his patch and sticker wall there, and it's stuff like that is, you know, I absolutely love that. Yeah, I like having a sticker wall. Stuff like that is just it's things that they're more real than just having a digital photo. And I mean, I suppose if we're back in the days of having printed out photos, which I know some people still do, but I could see me having a box with photos and having event stickers in and patches and things like that. It's something that I look forward to in so many years' time, being able to go to any kids that I have. This is what your dad used to do, which hopefully, when I'm saying that this is what he used to do, hopefully I'll never stop doing this. But if the day ever comes where I do decide to pack my gear up, I can go, look, your dad wasn't always your dad wasn't always a boring fat fart. But yeah, stuff like that. I love stuff like that. Right. So we'll move on from that. But yeah, please feel free. Again, the links in the description down below. Go check it out. I think it's a fantastic little touch. And considering you're getting the same product at a discount with an added extra. Brilliant. Now, unfortunately, guys, we've got some sad news. We are losing a company that has been in paintball for quite a while now. Unfortunately, Meteor Paintball has decided to call it a day. Meteor Paintball, for those that don't know, specialised in autocockers. So, if you like your autocockers, if you like stuff like that, you might want to head over to Meteor Paintball. You can find, there is a link in the description down below. Obviously, you can go find them on Facebook. Go to their website, meteorpaintball.com. You can try and find yourself, you maybe buy yourself a Meteor autococker, buy yourself some parts, anything like that, before they go out of business completely, and you can retain a bit of paintball history there. I don't know exactly how old the company is. I tried to find that out in the short time that I had. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find that out. But as far as I understand it, they have been around for quite a while now. And even if you only want to get one for the sake of having something that is going to probably rise in value as the years go on, because paintball, autocockers and paintball, they're collector's items, and most of the ones that I've got are probably worth nothing because they were mass-produced ones. But Meteor weren't huge, which is also probably part of the reason why they are unfortunately closing doors. But they've got nice designs. They have really good-looking autocockers. So yeah, if you've got the money, go pick one up, and or even just see if you can pick up a body or something. And even if it might be an investment for the future, it might rise in value because people will still want these down the line, and you might be able to get yourself something nice there. It's just a shame that unfortunately we're losing a business. I don't like to see businesses in paintball go, because the more businesses that we lose, the worse things get for. I want to see paintball grow, and that's why I'm doing this, because I want to see things get bigger and grow, and I want paintball to become huge. I want paintball to eventually become like football is in throughout the world. Be that American football or even just traditional football or soccer, however you want to call it. I want to see paintball become massive. So, and I like I said, I'm trying to do my little part in this. So, yeah, like I said, unfortunately we got some sad news there, but I thought it was something that was worth mentioning because I didn't want it to kind of just disappear and nobody know where it had gone. Right. Nightmare. You have a patch wall. Good lad. Like I said, it's something that, I mean, a patch wall like in your room or wherever. I would love to kind of get a patch wall in my office, something where I could display all the patches, all the games that I've been to. The only thing is though, I also like to have like my patches on my kit bag and stuff. And at the minute I've got a couple of patches on one of my jackets that I wear on a daily basis, because it's got a couple of Velcro patches, so I can just peel the ones off and stuff. And I like to do that, but so I think I would end up having to buy multiple patches from games. Gherkin. So yeah, I feel like I would have to have multiple patches just so I could have some on my patch wall and then have the matching ones in other places as well. I don't like having one of something. Right, well, we got you're playing, but you're playing in the youth division. Right, well, good lad. It's a fantastic place to start off. Get out there, have fun, and yeah, I hope you do fantastic. Sorry, I'm slurring. Yeah, I think he's farted now. But yeah, get out. I hope you do fantastic. Remember, stay low, keep your gun up, and listen to what your team tell you. And you'll have a great time, mate. And let me know how it goes next time you come on the stream. Hello, Tinks. How we doing, man? I hope you're doing well. It's been a while since we've talked, but yeah, I hope you're doing great. And thank you very much for dropping in on the live stream. I think this is the first time I've seen you on here. So welcome. Well, this is where I spend my nights on a Wednesday night, talking to you a lot. Oh God, I'm so itchy. Oh, right. Right, Albert. Why are autocockers more valuable and sought after than auto mags? I'm not totally sure on that one. I think it's. I don't know. I think possibly auto mags. I think it might have been that autocockers came first because it seemed like the progression of paintball, and I think there's probably a few of you in here that can probably that are probably a bit more knowledgeable than me. But it seemed like you went from what was the original marker was the Nel Spot 007, or at least a precursor to the Nel Spot 007, which was a little it was a bolt action. Which is, if you ever meet some of the players that originally started in paintball, some of them are actually scarred on their fingers from racking the bolt. Because it was a bolt, and they rack those numerous times through the day. So yeah, they cut themselves up and scarred themselves. But it didn't take long before people realised that you could put a pump action on that, or that you could put a pump handle on that, and it would save you from cutting yourself. And then they moved up from those to where they started creating things like the not Nel spots. They started creating, in fact, now that I think about it, I can't remember. Yeah, it was Nel spots and Sheridans. Hello there, Costello. Thank you very much for dropping in on the chat. I hope that you have a good time here. I hope everyone has a good time here. But then you had stuff like, as time went on, you had the original snipers that came up. Now I'm not sure which would have come first, whether it was the sniper or how, because the sniper I think is it's a Sheridan design, roughly Sheridan anyway. I think I may be totally wrong on this, but so yeah, I think it is, yeah, but so. You had your original snipers, which were basically, they were just autocockers without the pneumatics on the front. And then at some point, somebody worked out that you could put the pneumatics on and create the autococker. Now, I'm not sure at what point Tom K came into things, but obviously he created Airgun Designs, which then created the Automag. So I kind of feel that because obviously that was semi-automatic, I feel like that was probably later than the original snipers. So because of that, and like I said, I might be talking complete rubbish here. So if anyone does know this, please feel free to correct us, and I will happily rectify this on my chat. I will change what I say now if somebody can give us some better information. But if the autococker, or at least the sniper, was out beforehand, it was just a case of, for a lot of people, swapping the pump handle on the sniper for the pneumatics, and then you had a semi-automatic. Whereas you had to then, if you wanted an automag, you would have to go and buy a full automag. And I would imagine with the way the automag was, the pump automags were probably secondary to the semi-automatic automags, as opposed to it being the other way around with the autococker. So I would imagine that's probably why autocockers are more popular. And because autocockers are more popular, that would indicate that would push towards why there's more value in autocockers. Something that's more popular is probably just going to retain its value better. But look at if you have a look at proper e-mags. Now, I'm not talking like modified auto mags. I'm talking proper original classic e-mags where you had the mech and electro. Those things, they are still worth a lot of money. If you can get your hands on a proper e-mag or x-mag, those things are worth really good money. And you're talking up to, if not over. I mean, I think when I was looking at trying to get my hands on one, I think they were selling for about £800 for an original e-mag or x-mag. They are. I mean, that was probably 5 years ago that I was trying to get my hands on one because I thought it would have been so cool to get your hands on. But I think automags are a little bit more complicated. Well, I'm being into autocrackers and I'm saying that automags are complicated to work on. I know it sounds a little bit stupid and a little bit backwards, but I think that's kind of like how I feel. Autocrackers kind of speak to me a little bit more. I can kind of understand autocrackers. Automags are just confusing to me. Right. Right, Costello. It's your nightmare on your secondary channel, right? Glenn Palmer told Buddo how to make a sniper semi. Right. Because that's it. I mean, Glenn Palmer is Buddo still around? Because I know Glenn Palmer still shows up on some of the different Facebook pages, like some of the old school marker Facebook pages. He still shows up and talks, and I think Palmer's is still making stuff, but I don't know because Buddo used to be involved with. In fact, did he not own WGP? And in fact, well, yeah, War Games Products, and they were two massive companies at one point. But yeah, Palmer's are a great company. I know that they're not like mass production stuff, but some of that stuff is bloody brilliant. Like having like that double barrel pump actions and stuff. It's another one of those sorts of things that I would love to get my hands on at some point. Yeah, a pump auto mag is a broken mag, to be honest. Well, that's it. It seemed to me, and I've never actually handled a pump auto mag. Even though my mag is actually, it's slotted for a pump kit. But is it not something that you basically remove the spring or something like that for to make a mag so that it doesn't return on its own? But it'll still fire if you pull the trigger. It was something like that. Ben, you can get an e-mag for about £400. So they've dropped in price since I was last looking at them. Then, because I'm sure it was on Paintballer years ago. I'm sure it was people are trying to sell them for about £800. Right. I would have loved to get my hands on one, but I think now I tried building a ULE automag, ULE X-valved automag, and I just couldn't get the hang of it. It didn't seem to matter what I did; it just never shot right. But I also kind of feel like that may have been due to low output on my reg. Right, things. It's a very dodgy subject. Mags came first, then autocockers. Auto mags are more basic. Fair enough. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I said, I was more than happy to read it out. The only thing is, it's like mags, and you're saying mags are basic. I have very faith that they probably are. I mean, I know that like, if you strip down a mag, there's only so many components. It's all in that one tube. But autocockers just kind of like speak to me in a way, if that makes sense. Where auto mags just don't. I found when I tried working on with auto mags myself, they just seemed so. It was like everything seemed delicate, and yet they were so robust once they were set up. And I'm pretty sure there used to be somewhere had jacked up, and I'm not sure if it was AGD themselves, had jacked up a car where in one of the link-ups in the crane, they had an auto mag, where it was like one part of the chain was connected to one part of the auto mag, the second part of the chain was connected to the bottom part of the auto mag, and that there was a link in itself, just supporting the full weight of a car. Such a robust mark. I mean, they were used as rental markers for a very long time, in some places anyway. And yet, I couldn't work them out. I don't know. I don't even know what it was. Right. Cockers are the way to go. Cannot beat the click clack 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 or miss it on the field. That's it. You know when somebody is using an autococker against you on a field. But the other thing is, if you try and use an autococker against someone and it's like a capped event, autocockers always sound like they're firing way faster than they are. And I think it's because of that clack 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 clack. It sounds like you're firing twice as fast as you actually are. So if you ever try and use an autococker in a tournament, at least nowadays, because obviously at one time people were used to it, but if you try and use an autococker in a tournament nowadays or at a capped event, you're almost guaranteed to get pulled for speed checks. Even though obviously you're firing the same as everyone else, but you will almost guaranteed to get speed checked. Right, Costello, music has helped you through a lot in life. I understand that, man. It's like music is a universal language. It's something that it just transcends. You don't need to be able to speak the same language as somebody, or you don't even need to be into the same music as someone else for to appreciate good music. But all still around. He only just did a video with Batchy Paintball. You know what? I haven't actually watched any of Batchy Paintball's content for a long time. I'm not sure if I've been unsubscribed from him. But I used to message Dan every now and then, because I used to get a lot of parts from Batchy Paintball, because Evil Richie Wong actually put us on to Batchy Paintball for when I was trying to get parts in myself. And Batchy was always great at sending stuff over to the UK, so if anyone from the UK needs parts or anything like that, wants to try and rebuild old school markers, get in touch with Batchy Paintball and he can probably help you out. It's one of the springs that makes the bolt stick forward, so it needs pushing back. Yeah. Mags are a regulator, valve, and bolt assembly all in one. Yeah, you see, that's why I found them difficult to work on with, because it's everything in one clump. You can't just go, right, this, I need to replace this, and I need to replace that, or I want to change this, or I need to clean that. With a mag, it's everything, and if you mess up one thing, the entire thing doesn't work. You can't just swap a bit easily. Yeah, right, Tinks. Yeah, that's it. Ben is my... If I don't know what I'm doing, Ben's generally the one that I go to try and sort stuff out. No worries, Tinks. Yeah, I'll catch you there, man. I'll catch you at speed. Right, so, what else we got to talk about here? Yep, we've touched over Meteor. Right, I've got another thing to touch on the Paintball the Paintball magazine. Paintball podcast episode 4 is expected to be released tomorrow. Martello mentioned earlier on that he was going to record some more stuff for it. While we're busy talking here now, he's over doing some more work towards the podcast. So keep an eye out for that coming up tomorrow. But if you want something to entertain you tonight, like if you want to leave here because I'm boring you, if you go into the description down below, there should be a link to episode 3 of the Paintball podcast in the description down below, where there's a catch-up. If you catch up with episode 3, you can hear an interview that Martello did with AJ Purnell of Onslaught and Ryan Finch of Gang. So you get some of their insights into stuff. I can't remember what they talked about. What Ryan and Martello talked about. I think though, if I remember correctly, Ryan threw some questions back at Martello. And AJ talked about some of the stuff that was happening with her team and what it's like to general events and things like that, as well as what it's like to be a female paintballer. Because unfortunately, we are a pretty heavily dominated male sport, a pretty male dominated sport. I think I said that right. Which, there's no issue with that, but it would be, getting more players in, regardless of gender, just helps, gives more people to shoot at us. Which is always a good thing. It's what we want. We want more people to come and play. Right. Music Costello. Castello. Music is a release for you to forget about everything so you can become Costello. I understand that, man. That's one of the reasons why I play paintball. Is because once I put my mask on, I feel like a different person. I feel great. I feel like I can run around and I can do whatever I want, and I feel like a stronger, better person when I put my mask on when I go out and play. I just feel better. And there you go. You can have some crust. It's alright, you can have it. There you go. Right. Albert, one of your favourite tricks, and Michael Chan fell for District 23, is to shout, Marshall, he's shooting hot. Wait till they jump up to complain and then shoot them. Yeah, that's it. You've got to have your little tricks like that. I think every baller's got little tricks that they do when they're on field. The other one is to do stuff like, on your hopper! And you just keep shouting at them until they stand up and go, where? Pew! It's a great one as well, where if you do the, I got him in the bushes, and you send a ref to go and investigate the bushes. Until the ref eventually stops and stands over somebody and goes like, I can't see. Like, right, he's there. Dirty tricks, but they work. Not that I advocate using dirty tricks. Costello. You might make a new song called Darkness. Go for it, man. Have a go. Make stuff. If that's what you enjoy doing, keep doing it. If you've got a passion for something, then do it. I don't know what else I can really say to that other than go out. If you're having fun and you enjoy doing something, if that's what makes you happy, mate, do it. And don't care about what other people say. If you enjoy it, just focus on what you love. Right. So I touched on that. You're looking forward to playing Sunday. Me too, Albert. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I think it's gonna be a really good one. But we've got to call in at District 23 because I need to get a product from them, which I'm going to try out. I tried it on Sunday, just gone. I was really happy with it, but I want to give it another try this weekend and just see that it does actually work the way that I think it does. And if it does, then I'll probably either bring it up in my next live stream. I'll probably bring it up in my next live stream anyway. And at some point in the future, I'll probably do a little video on it. Because I think this one might actually affect you as well, Albert. And I'll talk to you more about this at the weekend. But if it works as I think it did at the weekend, then it could be a bit of a game changer for me and you. And a lot of other players that have issues. That sounded worse than I meant it to be. But I know it's something to do. It's to do with my glasses. Wearing glasses and playing paintball can be a big issue. Can be a big annoyance. So this is something that I'm going to try out, and in fact I'll include you in that as well if you're interested, and you can give us your take on things as well. Anyway, right, so I was given some information earlier on. Now I will not reveal my sources, Ben. But I've heard a rumor. There's a rumor that there is going to be a new site coming up a new buy sell trade site coming up. So I lost my pen there. If you're looking for to be able to pick up new gear, or you want to try and sell your used gear, for a while now, for a good long time, people are using Facebook. People have obviously drifted away from using forums and stuff, which is understandable. You know, the idea of being able to use Facebook where everything was amalgamated, everyone was able to just sort of, it was a free service. You once you signed up, you had access to all these different sites where, you know, you didn't have if you go back a few years, you had paintballer, which was predominantly tournament style paintballers. You had UK Scenario, which was predominantly scenario players. I was in Universal Paintball's forum that they had for a while, which was just the Universal Paintball guys, predominantly. And there was also TalkPaintball.com, which was YPC, or Fat Bob's forum that they had. Now, the Universal Paintball one was quite small, but Paintballer, UK Scenario, and Talk Paintball were all quite big sites. So at one time we used to use those, but it meant that you had to post on each of those individual sites if you wanted to try and maximize your selling ability. And then you had to go along through all the other sites and do your communications through all different sites. From as I understand it, and like I said, it's only a rumor. If we've got a new buy-sell trade site coming up, it could be fantastic for it. I don't know what the extent would be. I don't know if it's going to be a forum or anything like that again. But for those that might not be in the know, Facebook have pretty much cracked down on marker sales. It is getting very, very difficult to sell paintball equipment on Facebook pages. There's some pop up every now and then that pretty much become throwaway pages. Now it's a bit disappointing when one does eventually get shut down, but there'll be sites that'll pop up where people sell the markers on them for a little while, and people use things like vouchers and stuff like that. You know, the fact that they try and they'll have other players vouch for other players and stuff like that, but you can't really build up feedback on some of these. And it's also there's a bit of the aspect of you can just create a Facebook page in seconds and then get somebody, get like a second Facebook page to vouch for you that you've created. That's not fantastic. But with sites like the old forums, when you used to have to rely on, you had feedback for players and stuff. You know, if a profile, it could be like my old profiles on some of these pages were just Dexter, but you had feedback on that actual page, a bit like eBay. And you could build up a feedback result on there, and people knew if you're trustworthy or not. And if you weren't, then people could obviously comment on that, and people would know not to buy off you and things. So, having a new having a new page where you can potentially buy, sell, and trade. This could be fantastic for us again, because, as I said, Facebook has really started trying to crack down on it, which is. It's. I mean, like I've got bits of gear that I would like to be able to try and sell, but I don't want my Facebook page banned, and I don't want to get any Facebook pages in trouble either. I don't want my profile getting banned, and I don't want to get any pages in trouble. So I'm just trying to avoid that. And can I do this without getting my can of Coke on camera? Right. So. Let's have a quick look at the comments again here. I'll just move that off camera a little bit. Family-friendly TV. Family-friendly viewing. Right. Costello, you used to get bullied a lot for your hair and your taste in music. Mate, I know I'm not going to patronise you and say that you're a kid or anything like that, because you're obviously sensible enough to know what you're talking about and stuff. You've got to remember, like, when you're at school, I used to get bullied a lot when I was at school as well, and things change when you get out, when you leave school, when you start going into the real world. Yes, you'll learn that there is always knobs, and it's things when you're at school seem really bad, but you're in a closed environment, and it can happen in workplaces, but. It's different. I mean, even when I left school, I had people contact us and say that they were sorry for the way that they treated us when I was at school. There was a lad who, he made my life hell when I was at school, who, a few years later, I was walking down the road, and it started off where I was actually walking to college, which was a couple of miles away, and he was coming past on his bike, and he got off his bike and walked along with us and said he was sorry and stuff. And for a while after that, I'd be standing at bus stops and he'd pull over and just give us a lift wherever I was going and things like that, because he'd grown up a little bit and realised that he'd been a knob basically when he was at school. And that guy now is very anti-bully. You know, he is the complete antithesis of the way that he behaved then. So it sounds cliche, but things do get better. Things do change. And so what if if your music tastes different out of everyone else? I was listening to stuff like Limp Bizkit and the Prodigy and Sum 41 and all that, like Green Day and things like that, when the majority of people that I went to school with were either listening to pop music or they were listening to like New Monkey and MCing. I wasn't, believe it or not, I wasn't popular at school. But yeah, things change, mate. But just enjoy your music, enjoy what you're doing, and like sometimes when people like subscribe to us or stuff, I'll have a look and see what videos they've got up and things, see if they're a content producers themselves. And there's a couple of songs that were on a playlist that you had on your channel that I've actually put onto a playlist on my channel because I think they're quite good. Yeah. Dr. Rush. Shouting on me in game is not going to work. The advantage of not understanding English that well. Well, you see, Dr. Rush. Obviously, I know you play sort of more scenarios and Magfed and things like that, but going back a few years, and they probably still do it now, Joy Division used to play in like a lot in American tournaments, but they were speaking. Where is the Joy Division from? Stockholm. So they were speaking Swedish, and the part of like, depending on the tournaments that you play, you can have stuff like sideline coaching. Some allow it, some don't. It depends on the tournament in particular. But Stockholm, Joy Division, will be speaking Swedish on the field, and even the people that were trying to like sideline coach them and keep an eye on what they were saying to then relay it to the other team, they couldn't do anything because they couldn't understand what was going on. It's when your enemy speaks a different language, it makes things so much harder. There's no listening in on them unless you've got translators, which frankly, for the fact that we'll play a hobby, most people aren't going to bother with. But yeah, this is it. It's it must be that. I'll have to try and remember that one. We'll have to send the refs to look for you instead. But now, mate, I think you've got in all honesty, you know, you're saying about not understanding English that well. So far, from what I've seen, I think your grasp of English is better than mine. Yep. Costello, new buy-sell trade site. Yeah, hopefully. All I know, like literally all I got told is that there is a rumor of a new buy-sell trade site. That is it. I know nothing more than that. So, yeah. But hopefully something will come along, and hopefully it might help with. It was a shame when we lost a lot of the forums, but that's just the way things were. That's the way things happened. To follow on from the lads, you took District 23 there. To follow on from the lads that you took District 23 the first time, the paintball, they all went to BZ and got Pro Flexes. Nice one. Good lad. And now they want to go to Speed Weekend. Fantastic. That is great, Alabat. So how many lads was that? Because I either way, hell, even one person that you've convinced for like be able to sort of try and come back. That's fantastic. That again, things that make me very, very happy. The fact that you've got guys, you've took some guys along, they've had fun and they want to come back. That is brilliant. What's funny is they walked into BZ and said, "We all want the same mask as you. Mind, give BZ the due. They got a kind of discount, knock 20 quid off each mask." That's fantastic, man. I mean, especially considering JT Proflexes aren't an expensive mask as it is. I think, as I've said before, where is it? Is this one? Nope, it's not that one. Yeah. As I've said before, I'm pretty sure that one cost me like 45 quid. So, they're not an expensive mask, but they are, in my opinion, they're the best mask on the market. You never have problems with fogging, at least not with the mask, and they just work. Right, and as I showed the other day, you can change the lens in them surprisingly fast. Right. Right, what else? Tinks, sorry I had to come back. Tell us more about the rumour. I'm sorry, mate, but legitimately, all I know is that there's a rumour of a buy-sell trade site. That's it. Costello, it just gave me ideas for music. I started making music when I was in year 5. I'm known. I think my favourite is Ellie Goulding's music. Ah, nice. Yeah. I'm personally not a fan, but I can respect another person's music choices. I like stuff that's got good bass to it. I generally like stuff that's quite upbeat and got a lot of bass to it. And where's Speed Weekend? Speed Weekend is, I can't remember what the date of it is, but it's located at Ancaster Leisure, which is a fantastic site. I'm not going to go too in depth with it at the minute because I'm trying to do a big game shout outs, so I don't want to go too much in. Like, when I've already done a big game shout out, I don't want to go too much in depth into another one. But it's got you've got 2 days worth of play. There's a tournament field that you can go out and play on a Saturday. There's a few other little games as well to play. It's a sort of more hyperball field. It's not actually inflatables. It's like tires and things like that. There's a few other games that you can play, like Magfed and Pump games and stuff like that on the Saturday. At least there was last year. There's the big game on the Sunday, which is just 2 sides go out and have a good old fight. There is also a hog roast. There's a bar that had live music on last year. I think it was live music last year. Maybe in the year before. I'm not too sure. There's also a go-kart track on site, so you can. It's just a little bit up from round from the paintball site. So with your entry fee, you get access to go and have a go of the go-karting, and there is also a bowling alley upstairs in the sort of the go-kart building, so you can go and have a couple of games of bowling, which was fantastic last year. I think we went and had a couple of beers, had a couple of games of bowling. It was great fun. But yeah, definitely worth a check out. The Proflex were up for 60, but they got them for the same price as the Profiler for 45. Oh dear, I've just shoved a slice of pizza under my desk there. Yeah, that's brilliant, man. You see, that's one of the reasons why I like BZ, because they care about paintballers, they care about players. That's a Castell, that sort of stuff. But I like a lot of rock music and all that sort of stuff as well. And to be honest, I like a lot of music. There's some artists that I like more than others and things, but like the Prodigy, I'm almost of the opinion that the Prodigy can do no wrong. Right. So I think my last topic for today, the last thing that I've kind of got that I want to talk about, is I went down and I had a game, a day's play at District 23 last Sunday, so Sunday just gone, and I had a fantastic day. I mean, I always have fun when I go down and play at District 23, but since the last time I played, they've changed a lot around the site. I mean, obviously, there's still some of the features that have been there for a while, some like the things like the cars in the same locations and stuff, and obviously the majority of the buildings are still in the same locations. Like there's the garage over on one side, and you've got the courtyard on the other, and things like that. But pretty much every building that's up, in fact, yeah, every building can be reached by upstairs now. So as a result, a lot of my video footage from the weekend is just me getting shot. I was actually considering doing a montage of just me getting shot, because it's at one time, if you got upstairs and you were in certain locations, you could kind of hold an area down. Now there is just so much that is so. There's so many access points now. At one time you kind of had 3 streets. That there was certain areas where you could get access to other areas, but you were then limited in other areas. Now everything is connected upstairs, and you can just run around all these different areas. And there was one point where we're playing a president capture game where I was actually the president, which I'm a little bit torn on if I'm going to upload the footage, because it was a sort of a trial game. So there was a few part areas where things were confused, and there was like. I had some bodyguards which are convinced that, well, are encouraged to use a loophole, which would have effectively rendered them immortal. So I'm a bit conflicted as to if I'll upload the footage or not. I probably will, because I still think the game was fantastic, and there was a lot of confusion in it in general. But it was great fun, and I was pretty much just running around upstairs, running right around the site. It was great fun. And I played with the HDR50 a bit more as well, so that's the paintball revolver that I bought, and it's a great little. It was just a great day. The only sad thing is that like me, Ripper, and Chan got split up. So there was me and Chan on one side, and Ripper was on the other side. So that was a little bit disappointing, because I like it when me and my team like all get to play together. But it was a great day. Because even though we're playing on opposite sides, we still have a good laugh with it. You know, there's no hard feelings when one of us shoots each other or anything like that. It's just a good laugh. It's like that meme where you've got Nick Frost from Hot Fuzz. I'm just sitting here holding a slice of pizza. It's like that scene from Hot Fuzz where Nick Frost's sitting loading the shotgun, going shame. It's like, yep, my mate's on the other side. I'm gonna get you. And unfortunately, he got me more than I got him. But I can't recommend District 23 enough. If you're in the area, it's a fantastic site for it to go down, and it's a fantastic site for it to go down and have a run round on, have a good laugh on. If you haven't seen it before, you can either just go on YouTube and type in District 23 paintball. It's brilliant. I think the last videos that I saw uploaded from it, because obviously still we're at the point where head cams aren't massive. You know, there's a lot more people using head cams than when I first originally started playing, and especially from the videos when I first started watching people making content. But no, not everyone has one yet. So, and not everyone has the time to make videos. So I think the last person that I saw upload a video from there was Kingfisher UK, which was from the Dragons game that I was at before Christmas now. I think it might have been around about Christmas. And where he shoots me in the back. Everyone shoots me in the back. Even people on my own team shoot me in the back. Don't lie, bet you loved shooting Ripper. I did. I shot him at one point, he didn't even realise. Turns out that 50 cal, once you start losing the velocity on it, once your CO2 sparklet starts running out, you can barely feel 50 cal hitting you. But yeah, it was a great day. And Paul, who owns the site, he was out playing as well. And he got us right between it was mostly on that finger there. So that finger there. And he's like, took the skin off a little bit. But it was great. I mean, Paul obviously, I think he's a carpenter by trade, and he's built a lot of the site, and I think he's pretty much built most of the site himself. And he just seems to know the place like the back of his hand. And it's like that bloke just pops up all over the place. He just appears and shoots you. It's but yeah, like Costello, Albert, I know you two are both in the sort of area. It's definitely worth getting down and joining in. I know you've played there before, Albert, obviously, but Costello, nightmare. If you can get up there, it's definitely worth going and checking out. We had another couple of the guys that, well, I'm not exactly sure what the situation is. I know Dom was interested in joining Nest. I'm not sure about Trevor, though. As far as I understand it, he's welcome to. But they were quite friendly with them too at the minute, and they were down and they played alongside as well. And I've got to say, like, Dom is a cracking player. You know, he's small, he's fast, he's good with his gun skills and stuff. And I gave him some. I asked him to. There was one of the games where we're playing like capture the briefcases type thing, and we had to hold this one building. Well, I got took out pretty much straight away. But Dom had decided he was going to hang on downstairs. Everyone else pretty much just went upstairs. And I says to him, look, if you feel like you're about to get overrun, if you last a good while and you feel like you're about to get overrun, there's a cubby hole under the stairs where the briefcase has been chucked. Just get in there, and you'll probably be able to take a couple out before they get you. Well, he only went and did it, and I think he took out 3 players before they finally managed to take him out. And it's like he held that spot. He did a cracking job, and it was a great day. You know, we all had a fantastic day. We all had a really good laugh. They've got a new ref in there called Jeff, and he's trying some new things. He's trying some new game modes and stuff, which I'm going to feature in some of the videos that I'll be making over the next few weeks if I get round to it. I'm so badly organised. But yeah, it was a cracking day, and it was really good fun. Better No Outdoors. Hello, new in here. Big thumbs up. Thank you very much there. Well, welcome, man. Welcome. You know, unfortunately, you've come in towards the end of the stream. I normally run this for about 2 hours, but thank you very much for dropping in. You are more than welcome to be here. I want this to be like, since you're new, I try and make this a sort of a nice, happy environment. I want you all to have a good time here. I want you all to have a bit of a laugh and talk and stuff. And you're more than welcome to be here. Costello, if I'm at District 23, speed QB mode activated. Indeed, mate. It is. It's brilliant for being able to just run around. If you've got something small like a TPX or like some kind of pistol or a small pump or anything like that, or even like a carbine, that's fantastic because it is all CQB down there. It is a perfect CQB site. It's just brilliant. Albert, if you do the paintball taster night, it's cheap as well, 25 quid all in. Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, I think it's. I mean, that's for the taster night that you went to, isn't it, Albert? Where they include your paint and all that sort of stuff. And it's the. I think what is it? Some like, is it 4 mags or 6 mags or something like that? You get those mags loaded up. Like every game that you go out, you play a certain number of games. That's your entry fee, your paint, and I'm not sure what else you get included. Obviously, you can tell us that. And you get to go out and you get to play all the games and experience the site and all that sort of stuff. But even when I went at the weekend, I think they do a bag of paint for about a tenner, and you can play. I think it's at most 20 quid entry. So even as opposed to just like a normal walk-on day, you get to go and do like on average, walk-on days are somewhere around about 40 to 50 quid if you include paint and that. For like a CQB session at District 23, you can be looking at 30 quid. Now, the paint is more expensive than what you would be if you're buying a full box or something. You know, I've got such an itchy nose. But because it's only because it's CQB and it's a small site, and because obviously it's the clear paint that has to be used on that site, because it is an indoor site that's also used for airsoft and Nerf as well. I think, you know, paying a little bit more is perfectly acceptable. I think that's perfectly reasonable to pay a little bit more for paint because you're playing in an environment that it's understandable to use clear paint in. Ghost mode activated with a TPX. That's it, mate. CQB is perfect for pistols. Thank you very much for the subscription there, Costello. Nightmare. Thank you. Albert, hair of the gun, chest rig, 4 mags, a game, and you were there for 4 hours. So, for 4 hours play, and all of your kit hire and everything, 25 quid, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, that is fantastic. And because of that, you've got a whole load of guys that now want to come again. Winning. No, I don't know if Colin and Nick are still in here, but the dog has barely left my side. He's like me; he loves food. Again, we're coming up on nearly the 2-hour mark here, guys. I just want to say, Nick and Colin, if you're still in the chat, thank you very much for the pizza, man. It was massively appreciated, and you just really like touched something. Ooh, no, it was really nice to use that, guys. Again, I can only say thank you. I can't say thank you enough. I know I'm getting really soppy, but I mean, it kind of, having a pizza delivered because people are being nice. That doesn't generally happen to YouTubers. Oh God, I don't know why my nose is so itchy though. Oh, anyway, has anybody got any questions before we end the stream? Because, like I said, we're heading up towards the 2-hour mark here. So, has anybody got anything that would like to ask us? Has anybody got anything that would like to say? Has anybody been playing somewhere and they want to give it a shout out? Right, Costello, you're hoping you can get yourself a camera. Have you got anything in mind? Or are you going for just whatever you can afford? Or because I was talking to where I'm working at the minute, in the it sounds a bit like a prison, but in the cell that's opposite me. I actually work directly opposite an airsofter. Funnily enough, I actually get along pretty well, because realistically, they're pretty much the same game. Although there's probably people that would quite happily string me from a tree for saying that, on both sides of that. But me and him get along quite well, because we tell each other stories about, like when we've done different things at games and stuff, and we've both invited each other to take part in with different games and things. But I think realistically, we're probably never going to do that. No, I'm not opposed to playing airsoft, but I think it could be worth going along and having a laugh with him at some point. Now, hopefully, he would do the same for me. But me and him were talking about the idea of getting cameras, because he bought I think he was saying it was like a pretty cheap sort of GoPro imitation camera, and he said that he's found that wasn't a fantastic camera. He says that the lens on it was pretty bad. Now you can pick those up for about 40 quid, I think it is. But yeah, you're going to get what you pay for. Now, the case, in some instances, the case may not be up to bit and taking hits. In other cases, with other times, like in his case, the camera lens isn't fantastic itself. Now, originally I bought a proper GoPro. I think it was a GoPro Hero, the original GoPro, and it was an alright camera, and it did what I needed to do, but it was quite big and bulky. And then by the time I finally got rid of that, I moved on to where I got the GoPro Hero 3. Again, it's not a particularly big camera, but it's not exactly light either. Now I mounted that the same way that Alabaster Slim and a few other YouTubers mount their cameras, where I pretty much had the camera mounted. I think it was, for me, it was around about there, which gave good footage in some regards because it was centralized. It was pretty much where I was looking. The problem is, if you use a hopper, like if you're using a tournament marker or anything like that, or if you're using anything that's got a large tack cap, or if you've got like scopes on the front of your marker or anything like that sight or that camera can be blocked by whatever you've got on the top of your marker. Not so bad if you're just using iron sights, or if you're using something like that, or a pistol or anything like that. But the problem that I had was, because I use JT flexes, as the name insinuates, the masks flex, which meant that when I was playing, my camera, if I was running or anything, would constantly sort of wobble. So I decided to upgrade. Well, not upgrade, but I decided to try something else. Now, Ripper, who also who sometimes drops in the chat as well, one of the guys from my team, he had a Sony Action Cam, which is over here. If I can actually get it out without knocking things down here. You getting a nice shot of my armpit there? Right. So that is this thing. Now, in my opinion, this had way better video than the GoPro 3, or the Hero 3. And it had a nice slim profile. Like if you look at that, I'll put it in front of my face so you can kind of get more of an idea. Looking from the front, you were pretty much aiming at something that was that sort of width. Unfortunately, these cameras have a habit of this part. I don't know if you'll be able to see it there or not. On the top of the camera there, this part here breaks, and then the front of your camera just doesn't stay on anymore. So you've got to buy a new case. It's either buy a new case or tape it up. But of course, if you want to tape it up, that means that you've then got to carry extra tape. If you get any paint grease on it or anything, the tape doesn't stick on properly, and you have issues. So the only other option really is to buy a new case, which is about 40 quid in itself. And even trying to find the new case is a bit of a nightmare. Now this is the Sony Action Cam. That's it, Dr. Rush. The cases are expensive. They are not a cheap case. I mean, you can buy a GoPro case, I think, for about 20 quid, which isn't cheap in itself, but at least they're easy to find, they're easy to buy. You know, they're not a huge expense. They're affordable. But 40 quid a case isn't ideal. So the only thing I could find at the time, use a rubber band to hold the door in place. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I suppose he could put like an elastic band round there, and that would keep it in place. And I do actually have my old camera case, which I could probably do the same. I might actually try that because my camera case broke. I wanted something fast. I wanted like an alternative fast. I wanted a new case fast, which the only one I was able to buy was actually the diving case, which is this one, which is huge. I mean, the profile of that on the side of my head, people see that, and I know for a fact people can see that come out of a bunker before I do. So if I'm leaning out of the right-hand side of a bunker, people know I'm coming. And the other problem is, if it's the what do you do? Because I don't see any reason why I should change the mask I'm using. So I don't want to have a camera that's mounted in the center because it wobbles. But if I put a camera on the left-hand side of my head, it comes out first on the left-hand side and also blocks whatever I'm looking at on the right. If I put it on the right-hand side of my head, then it comes out first on the right, and I don't see whatever's seen on my left-hand side of my head. So it's not fantastic. But now you did bring up the Drift Ghost, or the drift cameras in general. Now there's a YouTuber, I don't know if you've seen his stuff or not. You probably have. Let's face it, you probably have. But there's a YouTuber called Wolf, who, yes, he is sponsored by drift cameras, but his drift, I think it was a while ago, one of his drift cameras, it was to the point where it was actually open up, and I think he was holding it together with tape, and the camera was still going. The camera was still recording, it still worked fine. It was just that it was to the point where it was broken. If your camera can take that sort of damage and keep going, that's something that I'm interested in, because the cameras are apparently designed for being used for motorbikes. So they're designed for taking, they're designed to be able to survive taking heavy impact. But yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Dr. Rush, because if I can potentially just buy myself a packet of elastic bands and still use this, use the other case on this, I might actually go back to using my original case that I thought was pretty much wasted. Because I hate having that on the side of my head. It doesn't feel right. Right, does anybody else have anything else that they would like to say before I end this? Because I've noticed that we're starting to drop people in the stream now, which I understand. You know, it's getting late. We've been on for quite a while now. We've actually hit over the 2-hour mark. So, and I think where you are, Dr. Rush, I think it's actually knocking on towards midnight now, is it? I mean, it's just after 10 o'clock here. So, I think, what are you, an hour, 2 hours ahead? So, I understand that people are starting to drift off. Bloody hell, things. You're still here. I thought you were gone. If that's your way, man, I'll catch you there. Have a good one. Alright, Dr. Rush, so you're an hour ahead. Right. Well, anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream here. But I'm going to go over into the Discord chat. So if anybody wants to join us in Discord, there is a link in the description, of course, down below. Please feel free to go down and check it out. Discord, if you haven't used it before, is a free service to use. And there is a link there to join my my Discord channel, where I'm saying it's my Discord channel, but the idea was that it would be a Discord channel for paintballers, where, yes, for lack of better wording, I do own it, but I don't want it to be my Discord channel. So anybody wants to join us in that for a while, I will be in there, and we can have a bit of a chat or a bit of a talk or something. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll just quickly answer this one. Costello, you're using an i4 and i5, so you're not sure what you're going to mount it. Right, if you're using an i4 and i5, depending on what you go for. If you want to go for a GoPro, the i4 and the i5 is a lot more stable, so you could go for a center mount, like Alabaster Slim, which there is video tutorials, where I think he's got to think about how to mount his camera and stuff. Or if you decide to go for like a drift camera or something like a Sony Action Cam, you could stick something onto the side of your mask and mount it that way. So there's those options there, just depending on what camera you decide to go for. But I would either recommend going for the drift camera or go for the GoPro. However, they are a bit more expensive. If you want something that's a little bit cheaper, then the Sony Action Cam will do you. But just be aware that the cases are a bit iffy. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Like I said, if anybody wants to join us in the Discord chat channel for a while, I'll be in there. And I think that'll do it for tonight. So, thanks again. And Nick, Colin, if you're still here, thank you very much for the pizza. It was massively appreciated, and I'm going to finish eating this now. Now that I won't feel guilty because I'm not paying attention to you lot. Right.